is buck bedding? This is probably something we could go over just for people that are uh, newer to the channel. Dan, is buck bedding the same or different early season, pre-rut, rut, and late season?
No. You could do 7 shows on that.
Yeah,
Yeah, you gotta. I say it all the time. Be the detective. You have to be able to look at the bedding and determine what time it's being used and for what reasons. And you can have a spot that is really killer bedding in the first couple weeks of September. That's why I always laugh at these people who will say, "I'm saving my best spots for rut. I don't even hunt till rut because I don't want to pressure those deer." Man, there's spots that I hunt where you can kill giants in September, but you won't kill nothing the rest of the year in that
yeah,
spot. So it's all specific to timing. They'll bed in a spot because of food. They'll bed there because of does. They'll bed there because of cover that changes through the season. Um, there's a lot of reasons they pick spots. Now, there is what I would call primary bedding, and primary bedding would be used year round. But even that has a peak at certain times. And what I
yeah,
find through cameras and through observation and through hunting journals and stuff through the history of my career is that you have about a 2-week peak period in most bedding areas when it's the best time to be there. And your cameras will show that and stuff. If you have cameras in those bedding areas, or not in them because that usually does damage, but on the outskirts and you just leave them and don't touch them, what I'm finding is that those, you know, you hit that 2-week period. Once you have that figured out, if you stay out of there till that 2-week period, and that changes. I've seen it
hmm
be, September. I've seen it be the first week of October. I've seen it be, the last week of October. I've seen it be the first week of November. And, I've seen these spots that I'll call rut bedding. And this I didn't learn until about 10 years ago. And me and Mario kind of stumbled on it and started figuring this out. And I started looking at it more and more and more after that was these bucks that'll specifically bed in a spot to monitor doe bedding.
hmm
And what you find is a bed you can hardly see because it's only used for 4 or 5 days.
right,
But they're tore up with rubs usually because they're aggressive and they're seeking this doe out that's coming into heat. And once you know about those spots, you can go there the next year with that timing, and you won't even have much sign there at until that buck is comes in that timing. But you
yeah,
got about 5 days when that buck is going to be there. So it really has a lot to do with timing. So
hmm
yes, the beddings are vastly different than those time frames. I would say even to the point of week to week.
yep. And we talk a lot about trail camera data over the years and how you'll see certain bucks come into an area September 18th and to the 20th they'll be in there. November 2nd to the 4th, 5th he's in there for some reason, and that's what you got to figure out. Why he's in there and what's drawing him to live in there those particular days of the year, and it can be just a couple days, like you said.
Anybody
Um,
who runs trail cameras year after year in the same spots will tell you that they get shocked all the time when the same buck that they saw the year before will be at the same date the next year
yeah,
showing up. I mean, almost to the day.
yeah. Typically, I see it like for me at least, it's always like those rut time frames when you see those kind of come and go ones, but they're always very consistent. But you can have them based on food if it's acorns or if there's certain crop rotations where things are changing, just all kinds of things that
And you can
deer.
have it every other year too, based on like biannual crops or
Yeah,
acorns or something drop
yeah,
every other year.
yep,
Um,
yeah. That's all the stuff you just gotta. And it's not something you can just like we can't just tell you here on the show. Like you just got to kind of do it for a few years and you figure it out. Study that kind of stuff. If you want to watch another video, click right here. But don't forget to subscribe before you leave.